It's unfortunate, but we're going to have to postpone this walk through Whitecross. Not because we're concerned about the reaction from the Republican stroke so-called nationalists in the area, but unfortunately one of the families has died, a loved one out of the family has died with the Kingsmills, but also another member of the organisation has also passed away. And the families feel that under the circumstances we should postpone the walk, not cancel it. And I want to emphasise that. This is not cancelled. Unfortunately, we can't do anything whenever the Lord decides to take some people home. And out of respect for the families, some of the other families feel it would not be appropriate to go ahead with the walk. I've actually suggested that I do the walk myself, and the families words is no, they want to be there whenever we do this walk. It's just unbelievable. The response we've got from ordinary working class people is just unbelievable. And I'll have to say, we will take no lessons from so-called rollover Protestants who tell us that we shouldn't do this because we could be offending these people. We have done everything we could to try and reach out the hand of friendship here. But unfortunately, people have seen the true side of what we're dealing with within the Republican cause. They hate us that much. They hate anything that is prepared to take a stand against what they represent. They still haven't answered our question why innocent victims walking on a road is not acceptable. And you'll see me standing at the crossroads here in Whitecross today. You'll see me standing at that crossroads. When I'm looking straight ahead, my father was killed 200 yards up around the corner. My uncle was killed another few hundred yards a bit further on. When you come back down to that crossroads and go a mile up towards the mountain house, a man who was a reserve police officer was murdered. That man used to go in and put the heating on in the Catholic church in the mornings for his neighbours, so the chapel would be warm for him whenever they would come to go to Mass. How was he repaid? He was gunned down like a dog. When you then go on through Whitecross, the route the bus took, you will come to where a man, Joe Porter, a few hundred yards off that road, where he come out to help a neighbour lured him out in the middle of the night to help him with cattle, and they murdered him. They blew the head off him. He hadn't even his boots tied because he was not big a rush to get out to give him a hand. Little did he know he's been lured to his death. You go another few hundred yards along that road, you will find where they killed another uncle of mine. And then when you go another few hundred yards, you will find where they killed the men in the minibus and seriously injured another one. But now they tell us we can't walk on this road. This is the road of death. That's what this is. Through a village of shame. And I want to make this clear as well. There is a lot of good Roman Catholic people who live in Whitecross and indeed around the surrounding area. Simply because they're Roman Catholics does not make them an enemy or a problem with people like ourselves. They never have been and never will be. Our problem lies with the terrorist who believe he was justified in going out to murder the men and women that they did in that area. That's why they don't want us on that road. They want this brushed under the carpet. And you have people who will say that we've put community relations back 20 years by proposing. Now listen to this. We have put community relations back 20 years by proposing to walk on a road to remember 10 men who were taken out of a minibus and executed. Their families was put in community relations. But what about the men that did the murders? Where did they put community relations? They have some cheek, so they have. But I want to make this clear again. This is not cancelled. This is only postponed because of the death of one of the ladies whose brother was killed on the Kingsmill minibus. And also today we've now found out that another member has died within the organisation. The ruling of the Parades Commission is it's just unbelievable. And where's our politicians calling out to condemn these draconian acts? We have to walk on the side of the road. Why didn't they tell us just to get into the field? Why don't they treat us like cattle and put us into the fields? Well, we'll not be going through White Cross 2 by 2. We have no fear of going into White Cross or anywhere else. And indeed you will see here where I was into this morning, and you will see also where I was in Crossmaglen. We don't fear these people. Never have feared them. But the most important thing here is that families who lost their loved ones do not fear them either. Now whenever you look at this here, this is a good relations calendar. What's on the front of it? Bobby Sands painting on a wall somewhere, I don't know. And then you have the Red Hand Commandos. Then when you go to the back page, you have Armagh City Council. Now, is it a coincidence that the flag flying in the middle is the flag of a foreign state, the Irish tricolour? We're not out to destroy the peace process. We just want to be able to remember our dead, to make sure that history's not writ. And this is a perfect example here of history. This is the calendar for 2012. You show me where it remembers the innocent victims or the people from the security forces who paid the price for what happened in this country, or indeed paid the price to defend this country. Where are they? They're not on this calendar. This is the future. Bobby Sands and the Red Hand Commandos. Now, irrespective of what you think of one or the other, where is the equality for the innocent victims? Where is the photographs for them or the security force members? That's why we're having this walk. It's to remember these individuals, because our politicians and the government seem to be bent on trying to bury the past. Well, we've done enough burying. The blame has to be put where it lies here. And unfortunately, the blame lies at the office of the First and Deputy First Minister, Marty Machine Gun McGuinness and Peter Robertson. And if they can prove us wrong, prove us wrong. But don't try and set us up to be knocked down through what you have done with your funding, what you have done with the like of this here, promoting good relations. That's not promoting good relations. That's glorifying terrorism. That's what that is.